What do you got?
I think I can prove to a judge that both of these men had the mens rea.
What the hell is a mens rea?
It's a legal term the lawyers use. It just means the intention to commit a crime.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Mens rea?
Put the cuffs on him.
How could we have gotten mens rea? We take blood? Can you do it without taking blood? We both use condoms. How is this possible? I want to see a doctor. Can I have an independent blood test?
Money!
I feel sick.
What are you doing?
Mens rea!
This is called a stabbing motion! Stabbing motion! Stabbing motion!
Hey everybody, tonight's theme is this.
Put the gun down.
I saw you with the box. What was in the box?
Because I envy your normal life.
Put the gun down, David.
It seems that envy is my sin.
Oh, what's in the box? Not till you give me the What's gun. In the fucking box? Give me the gun.
Hey, we're talking about Taylor Schabusiness tonight. Welcome to Legal Vices. That's me, and this is my channel. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I'm sorry for being a couple minutes late. I was busy burning the living crap out of my hand, bringing in my teapot. We've already got some dogs making some snuffly, snorting noises here in the background. This is the first time the first time I've left the house in 4 days was this morning because of my illness. And then they're just sad to see me go. And now they're happy to see me back. And they demand to be next to me, just like all of you guys. So welcome here. Yeah, as you know, I did not do Maritime Monday yesterday as I was recovering. I was recovering from the sickest I've been in at least 20 years. This 24-hour stomach flu thing that was going around. I thought it was food poisoning until a bunch of other people I know had the same thing at the same time. Yeah, so I had this amazing stomach flu. We can talk about my survival after the show if we have some time. Before I do start, and this is all serious. In all seriousness, all joking aside, it was perfect timing. Right when I was in the middle of my death throes, literally nothing is staying down or in. If it didn't come up one way, it went out the other way. I mean, not even water. The thing that really kept me alive was, and I'm serious about this, was the Dragon's Treasure tea. It arrived the morning I got deathly ill. And just all day, I was just slowly nursing tea, and they have the Korean version of Gatorade to keep the electrolytes up. But I'll tell you, the Dragon's Treasure tea saved my life. There's just no other way of putting it. That was the only thing that would really stay down was tea. And I cannot say it enough. And for those of you who think I'm just making this crap up, because if you go to the Dragon's Treasure and you order your tea, he's got like 60 different teas he has every month. If you order the tea and you use code VICES, you get 10% off. I get a kickback of 5% of that. So we both win. But just in case you think I'm just shilling, the first time I ordered from him, I ordered 2 small packets just to see if it was as good, because I didn't want to put anything, I didn't want to grift anything that I didn't personally try and personally believe in. So I ordered 2 small packets just as a sample the first time. Now this last order, I ordered $185 worth of the tea. And what came was we have this Magical Girl Mars tea, which is amazing, like honey bush tea, apple pieces, anise seed, lapsang souchong tea, cocoa nibs, rose hips, cinnamon bark, all kinds of fun stuff. A gingerbread tea. This was the main one that I drank when I was dead. It just tastes like black tea. Like if you dunk a gingerbread cookie in some black tea, that's what it tastes like. And there are actual pieces of gingerbread in there. What I'm having tonight, my first sip of Kentucky bourbon tea. This is just really pretty. It's got everything in it. So there's some Princess Oolong tea, which is Peach Princess, which tastes like peach, obviously. Christmas in a cup. I mean, orange, cinnamon. Spirit Balm. This smells so good. Again, apple pieces, blackberry leaves, lemon balm, rose hips, peppermint, papaya, cranberries. Oh, just so good. Wrath. If you need a good strong tea, this Wrath is really, really good. Cinnamon bark, ginger root, cardamom, cloves, and spices. It's a wonderful spicy tea. The Earth Kingdom. And then I've got one in my office that I drink at the office all day today, candy cane tea. It's a really, really nice, strong peppermint black tea. So this is stuff I believe in. I told him I would grift this, and I dropped one on the floor. Hang on. Well, if you're going to get the one off the floor, it helps if you're if your cord isn't wrapped around the goddamn chair. Just a second. I have to unintercourse myself here. Hang on. All right. We can do this the hard way or the easy way, cord. All right. All right. Let's do this. All right. We got it. All right. Now that I'm not strangling myself to death, we can turn the camera back on. Hello. How are you? Well, that was dramatic, wasn't it? See, the dragon's treasure. He's right here in the chat. The disrespect. Yeah, so I literally got 10 packages in my last order, and they're all absolutely fantastic, except for this bourbon tea. I have not tasted the this bourbon tea yet. This Kentucky bourbon tea. So this is literally my first taste. Oh, that's really good. Ooh, that's what I'm going to be drinking tonight. So go. I'm serious. This stuff was the only thing that stayed down for about 24 hours. So go to the Dragon's Treasure, order your tea, use code VICES, get 10% off. That is so good. All right. With that out of the way. And again, it is a product that I believe in. So the Dragon's Treasure, great guy, great tea. My hand really hurts from that stupid pot. We're here tonight to do Taylor Schabusiness. Let's get right down to the Schabusiness. I don't even know how to start this, really. Every time I talk about this, we end up getting demonetized, except for the last time. Surprisingly, the stream didn't get demonetized. I don't know how that happened. Maybe they're just taking a more liberal approach to the deletion of one's boyfriend in a particularly grisly manner. But yeah, we did good. Maybe we'll get lucky this time as well. All right, we're just gonna have to go for it. She's 3 weeks away from trial as of the last time they had a hearing to set a court date, which was in December. As of December, her trial was scheduled to start March 6th. She's accused of several crimes, which we'll get into. But the long and short of it is her and her boyfriend did a lot of drugs. A really, really nasty drug cocktail. Like, if you could think of 3 drugs that were never meant to be put together, they did them. Smoked some marijuana, smoked some crystal meth, and did some trazepam. Which, I mean, if you want to do uppers and downers and sidewaysers all at the same time, go ahead. But yeah. Then they decided to get into some rough S&M involving chains. He decided to be the chainee the first go around, which was kind of his mistake. She started choking him with the chain. She says she blacked out. When she came to, she was still choking him and thought, hey, and no, this isn't me putting words into her head or thinking what she may have been thinking. This is what she actually told the police. I was still choking him and I thought, well, I've gone this far. I may as well continue and see what happens. And so she choked him until he was no longer amongst the living. Then I guess she got bored. And so she decided that she would pleasure his corpse and use his corpse to pleasure herself. Then she thought, I guess we better do something about this. So she went up to the kitchen, got herself about 7 knives by my count, if I remember correctly, found out that the bread knife worked best, and proceeded to make a jigsaw puzzle out of him. Hit various parts around various places, some stuff in her friend's car, some things around the base. He lived in his parents' basement. And then she decided, okay, now it's time to leave. It's time to leave. So she went out of the basement door. I guess it was like there was an entry into the basement as well as the main house entrance. And her boyfriend's mom heard the downstairs, the basement door slam shut, in the middle of the night, about 2:30, 3:30 in the morning. So she decided to go down and see if her son left with the girlfriend. Well, only parts of him had left with the girlfriend, it turned out. She saw a bucket at the bottom of the stairs that had a blanket over it. So it was a towel, like a beach towel was over the bucket. So she removes the bucket. She removes the towel from the bucket and sees her son's head in the bucket. And his other head was also in the bucket. So she calls the police. The police come. It wasn't really too hard to figure out who might be the culprit in this particular case. So the cops went over to her house, and as they pulled up, she came out of the house wearing a blood-soaked t-shirt with blood all over her hands. And they said, "Do you have any idea why we're here?" And she said, "I bet it's because of that warrant, the warrant out for my arrest, right?" They said, "Yeah." And then they took her down to the police station to interrogate her. Exactly, Andrew. 2 heads, 1 bucket. So they took her down to the police station to question her. And she was very, very helpful to the police. In fact, she corrected a lot of the details that they got wrong. Yeah, she was helping them out, explaining exactly why she did what she did. And, oh, no, this is what happened. She didn't have a lawyer there, obviously, but, they charged her with a bunch of crimes. And since then, her public defender's been doing the best he can. Pleaded not guilty. And then he said that she's not really helping with the defense. She's not mentally fit to stand trial. And so he petitioned the judge to arrange for an evaluation, a competency evaluation. The judge said, okay, did that, came back, she's competent. The defense lawyer said, well, we'd like a second opinion. The judge said, tell you what, I already did it once at the public's expense. Are you just going to keep having me do these until you get the answer you want? If you want a second opinion and you want to pay for a second opinion, well, go ahead. He said, I will. So the public defender went out and found someone to do an evaluation, and pretty much, as an expert or someone, if you pay them, you can pretty much find someone that's going to tell you what you want to hear. The defense's own expert came back and said, nah, she's good. And it wasn't too long after that that they decided to change her plea to not essentially, I can't remember what it's actually called in Wisconsin, but it amounts to not guilty by reason of insanity, as a mental defect or illness, something like that. But yeah, they basically changed the plea to guilty by reason of insanity, which essentially means that she should be found not guilty because she didn't realize what she was doing at the time was a crime, which I think there's a lot of problems with. I think there's a lot of problems with it, but we can talk about those as we get closer to trial. But then her brother, I think he deleted himself, or he just died. Anyway, as of July, her brother is no longer with us. She was put on suicide watch for a couple of months. So then the defense lawyer again says, hey, I don't think she's mentally competent to stand trial. That's different than not guilty by reason of insanity. That's a totally separate issue. This is saying that she is so out of it, she cannot assist or contribute in a meaningful way to her own defense. Therefore, the trial cannot happen. And in that situation, what basically happens, if she's found incompetent, she goes off to a mental hospital for as long as it takes to find her competent, and then she goes on trial, and then she can rely on the not guilty by reason of insanity plea and try to prove that. So right now, her lawyer is saying she does not have the mental capacity to stand trial. And he asked for a third evaluation. And okay, wait, no, that was a fourth I skipped an evaluation. When they changed the plea to not guilty by reason of insanity, that automatically triggers another exam. And that exam came back that she's fit to stand trial. And then the prosecution asked for another evaluation, the fourth one, which was supposed to happen in November, but it didn't. And in December, he said, it hasn't happened yet. It's going to happen sometime in January. So we need to delay the March trial. And the judge said, that ain't going to happen. We're not going to delay the trial. You need to get it done. And that's where we sort of pick up the story today. That's the general background. And what's going to happen is, like I said, trial, as of right this minute, that could all change in a few hours because we'll get to that. But as of right this minute, the trial is scheduled to start on March 6th. And we will be showing that trial right here on my channel. And Andrew Legal Mindset and I are going to go back to our tag teaming thing for that trial. Screw this Murdoch crap. This Murdoch trial is the worst. But yeah, it's supposed to start on March 6th. And we'll be there. But as we get closer to that, I'm going to go back and do the thing we did on the very, very, very first Taylor Schabusiness trial related stream that I did a bajillion months ago. Okay, about 6 or 7 months ago. We're going to read the criminal complaint against her. It's horrific. It's ridiculously graphic. It may be the worst document I have ever read in my entire life. No lie. We'll read that as we get closer to the trial to bring everybody up to speed. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of catch up for what's happened in January in relation to this case. Let me roll up the sleeves here. We're getting down to the Schabusiness. And before we jump right into the meat of what happened, so to speak, we have our like and subscribe poll. So if you haven't hit the like button, and if you're not subscribed, please take care of both of those issues right now. And some of you are cheating again, as always. We have 279 votes on the like poll and only 227 actual likes. So the 60 or 50 or 60 of you that haven't actually hit the like button, get down there and do that. So hit the like button. Make sure you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do. If you think you're subscribed, double check to make sure you still are, because YouTube always does their, let's just delete people's subscribers because we want to. So double check, make sure you're still subscribed. And then take our poll. Today's poll says, I hit the like and subscribe buttons to find out what's in the box to get down with Schabusiness. Because she clearly likes members. And just, you should be ashamed of yourself, Vices. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Vices is in 19. All right, so that's the like and subscribe poll. And bonus to those of you that have song lyrics running through your head right now, because that was the intention. All right. We've got a couple of super chats to clear through. And again, just as a reminder, there are no minimum mandatory super chats. You don't have to super chat to engage with me. There is no minimum amount. Anything you part with from your own hard-earned money to support my channel deserves a response from me. And all the other regular chats, you deserve a response from me too, but I just can't get to all of y'all. I get to the ones I can, but we're guaranteed to address and answer all of the super chats that come in. Alan started us off with a super chat. Did you have a shot on Friday for me, Jeff? Ha ha ha. I had one on Saturday. And then a few hours later, I started puking my guts out. Wasn't related to the shot. Eva Torres says, ice your hand. It's the redness is there. It's not blistered, so whatevs. But it is a nice shade of the color red. Hey, dog, stop snorting on the floor. And Alan brings us another super chat. Just wanted to say I'm back on Sunday the 19th February. Cheers, Jeff. Oh, you're getting off your month-long vacation. That is awesome. We'll be glad to have you back here full time. And just in case he didn't get my attention with the first 2 super chats, he dropped a big bomb on us. Cheers, Vice Squad and mods, and of course, my man, Jeff. You're my man, Alan. Thank you so much for the generous super chats. Any super chat is well worth your price because it gets engagement from me. All right, enough of that. Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Whew, it feels so good to be back. I literally, like, for 36, 48 hours, I was almost dead for 24 hours. I literally laid in bed except to puke and other bodily functions for 24 hours. And the next half a day to a full day, I was just listless, no energy, no strength. And now I'm back with a vengeance. So we're going to get into SHABUSINESS here. We're going to unravel her story. We're going to catch you up. And then we'll go join the wonderful trial that is the Murdoch trial over on Ricada's stream. Eva Torres says, I'm glad Jeff still has an asshole. I'm still an asshole. And I got one too. All right. Enough of that. Let's jump in. Bring up our first update from earlier in January. I believe. Yes, this is from January 6th. Let's embiggen it so we can all enjoy the story. Dun, dun, dun. This is our shabiz. Should we get into some SHABUSINESS here?
Competency hearing scheduled this afternoon for 25-year-old TAYLOR SCHABUSINESS. She's accused in the gruesome murder of Shad Therian last February in Green
There we go.
Bay.
The state and defense continue to go back and forth about her ability to stand trial. Kristen Allen is live in studio this morning to tell us what's expected to happen today. Kristen.
Well, there have been several competency hearings since this case started, and today a state-appointed expert will testify. Last month at a hearing, the defense said they had an expert in mind and were looking to get that expert into the jail to evaluate SHABUSINESS. So if that happened, we should hear from that expert as well today.
Well, let me tell you what happened so that they don't give us nasty little copyright isms. By the way, Green Bay, 2 First Alert Weather and ABC Channel 2, you guys are awesome. Don't copyright claim me because this is fair fucking news. Oops, I said an F-bomb already. Dang it. I'm trying to swear less. It's not working. A woman charged with the murder and dismemberment of a man in Green Bay will get another day in court to determine whether she's competent to stand trial in March. TAYLOR SCHABUSINESS, 25. Yeah, she's 25. That's a rough looking 25. She's had a hard life. Is charged with the February 2022 killing of Shad Therian. SHABUSINESS and her attorney argue she doesn't understand the charges against her and isn't mentally competent to stand trial. So they requested permission to have another expert give SHABUSINESS a competency exam. That's the 4th one I was talking about. Friday, the defense came to court and said their expert hasn't examined SHABUSINESS yet. The attorney explained their expert plans to meet with SHABUSINESS in 2 weeks. That'd be mid-January. SHABUSINESS' defense. Why am I talking so high today? I think I'm just excited. The attorney explained their expert plans to meet with SHABUSINESS in 2 weeks. SHABUSINESS' defense had previously told the judge they were having difficulty getting their expert into the Brown County Jail for a meeting. Judge Thomas Walsh seems to be a sharp cookie. If cookies are sharp. He's pretty sharp. Judge Thomas Walsh did hear from the expert appointed by the court, Matthew Sepiel. The first time I read this, I swear to God, I thought it said Dr. Spiegel and I was going to laugh. But Sepiel, a licensed psychologist who believes SHABUSINESS is competent. That's the one that was triggered by the change of the plea from, by the change. Yeah, the change of the plea from not guilty to not guilty by reason of insanity or whatever they call it. That triggered this third evaluation. So I reached the opinion to a reasonable degree of professional certainty that the defendant is competent to proceed in this case, said Dr. Sepiel. The judge didn't make any decisions, but had the government's expert testimony entered in the record. Walsh also said he expects the defense to give him an update in 2 weeks. That would, again, be mid-March. For now, SHABUSINESS' 5-day trial is scheduled to start March 6th. Shabusiness remains in jail in lieu of a $2 million cash bond. And here's a little background of the charges. They put it a little better than I do, I think. On February 23rd, police were called to a home. Hey, we're coming up on the anniversary in 10 days, 9 days, 10 days for you guys, 9 days for me. On February 23rd, police were called to the home in Stony Brook Lane. The caller reported finding her son's severed head in a bucket. Again, can you imagine being the mom going down and go, oh, what is this bucket that is at the bottom of the stairs? And why is it covered with a towel? And then, God, that would just be horrific. The caller reported finding her son's severed head in a bucket. Police learned that Taylor Schabusiness may have been the last person to be seen with the victim, Shad Therian. They found Schabusiness at home on Eastman Avenue. She had dried blood on her clothing. Police searched Schabusiness's van in the rear passenger seat. They found a crock-pot box with additional human body parts, including legs, according to the criminal complaint. Police obtained a search warrant for the home on Stony Brook Lane, which belonged to the victim's mother. In addition to the human head, they found a male organ, quote unquote, in the bucket. They found bodily fluid and knives. In a storage tote, they found an upper torso. The police, what is wrong with people in Wisconsin? Seriously, we had what's his face, Dahmer, he was there. We had Chandler Halderson, he is from Wisconsin. What is up with chopping people up in Wisconsin, people? Come on. Get with the program. Whatever's in the water, if it's exploding trains in Ohio or whatever's infecting the water or whatever's in the food supply there in Wisconsin, work it out, people. Yeah, Ed Gein, the model for the bad guy in Silence of the Lambs, he was from Wisconsin as well. God dang, what is wrong, Wisconsin? Get your stuff together. Police interviewed Schabusiness and asked her what happened. She replied, "That is a good question." Schabusiness said she and the victim were together all day Tuesday and had been smoking meth. After they arrived at the Stony Brook home, they were having sex and incorporated chains. Schabusiness said she blacked out during part of it, but just went crazy and started strangling the victim. Schabusiness told investigators she did not mean to kill the victim, but she enjoyed choking him and continued to do it. It's not exactly what she said, but we'll get into that later. Prosecutors say the SA charge, that's one of the charges, a third-degree SA. And that third-degree SA charge stems from, as they say, for acts that happened after the victim died. That's a very, very nice way of putting what she did into words that can be printed. Because it's laid out in really graphic detail in the police complaint, which we'll read in a couple of weeks. Yeah. Schabusiness has pleaded not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. That's a little bit wrong. She's charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree SA. The insanity plea triggers the requirement for mental health examinations. Attorney Quinn Jolly, that's her public defender, told the court in October that he had seen a dramatic decline in his client's ability to assist and understand the case against her. That's the beginning of the January and February updates. And Vicky T, our member for 5 months of the Clean and Sober crew. Thank you very much for sticking with me for that long, Vicky T. You are a super awesome person. Glad to see you're on the mend. Missed you doing Maritime Monday. We'll come back with some Maritime Monday with a vengeance next week. And let's see here. We have one more super chat. I saw it whiz on by, but it was about 5 minutes ago. Let me scroll up here real quick. Scrolling up. There we go. It is from Salty Hard R Brainwater. If you watched if you watched the Murdoch trial yesterday, that's really funny. As I was laying in the final stages of recovering from my my deathly illness, I caught that. Roses are red, violets are blue. What does Schabusiness? I ask you. What does Schabusiness? What does Schabusiness? Hey, someone should make a rap song out of that. Daryl Brooks. All right. That was well worth the read. Thank you very much for that super chat. Flux! I enjoy being Jeff's member. Oh, Flux. The stories that you could tell as my member. I don't even know where to go after that, Flux. Oh, God. Thank you so much for that, Flux, I guess. Dang, I have so many jokes and responses going through my head, but I'm trying my best to keep this. Stop. Damn it, dog. Sorry. All right, let's just continue and pretend I didn't read Flux's super chat. Right. All right. Let's fast forward a little bit in our little thing here. This is from January 21st. Did I skip? Yep. Nope. That is the next one. We're skipping ahead because you remember that after the 6th, they said that they were going to have about 2 weeks from then another hearing. Well, that's what they did. Andrew Brunton says, have you seen what happened in... Wait, it just scrolled up. Where'd it go? Dang it. I hate when things scroll out of my view. It said, have you seen what happened in something or other New Zealand? The answer is no. Some bay in New Zealand. I have not seen that. Something happened in some bay in New Zealand, I guess. Sorry. I don't know what it was, and it just scrolled up past me where I can't find it again. All right. Let's bring up the SHABUSINESS here. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Another competency hearing has been scheduled for a woman charged with the murder and dismemberment of a Green Bay man to hear from a defense expert. All right. Sorry to interrupt this, but Vril Veneer, what? It says, Facebook has been recommending me 16-year-old videos of yours. Had no idea you've been grifting this long. Oh, no, I just used to, when I was in my motorcycle club, I used to make videos of some of our rides and whatnot, and then just some random rides around the city by myself. But there was no such thing as monetization back then. That was just, and I just decided to put them up in case anyone wants to look into my deep, dark past. All right, back to the regularly scheduled program. SHABUSINESS 25 is charged with the February 2022 killing of Shad Therian. SHABUSINESS and her attorney argue she doesn't understand the charges against her and isn't mentally competent to stand trial. So requested permission to have another expert give SHABUSINESS a competency exam. During a hearing 2 weeks ago, which is the one we just read, the defense told the court that their expert hadn't examined SHABUSINESS and asked for more time. Well, how did that work out? On Friday, January 20th, attorney Quinn Jolly notified the court the evaluation happened earlier this week. So that was the week of January 20th. Whoa, that's not supposed to happen. Hey, where'd that go? All right. The defense told the court that their expert hadn't examined SHABUSINESS and asked for more time earlier that week, and the evaluator said they could expect a report by February 10th. That was 3 days ago. So the court scheduled the competency hearing for February 14th at 8:30 a.m. That is 1 hour from now. So a lot of things could change 1 hour from right now. So expect an update early next week. Yep, so they can expect the report by February 10th. The court scheduled the competency hearing for February 14th at 8:30 a.m. That's Central Time because this is Wisconsin. During the earlier hearing on January 6th, Judge Thomas Walsh heard from an expert appointed by the court, Matthew Seipel, a licensed psychologist who believes SHABUSINESS is competent. And we repeat the story here. I reached the opinion to a reasonable degree of professional certainty that the defendant is competent to proceed in this case, said Dr. Seipel. Depending on the outcome of the February 14th competency hearing, SHABUSINESS is scheduled to stand trial starting March 6th. SHABUSINESS remains in jail on a $2 million cash bond. Again, there's this story here with pretty much the same details. I think it's exactly the same details. Yeah, this is just copy and paste from the last article they wrote. So we can end that one. And to catch up on the story about New Zealand, Andrew Brunton says, we got taken out by a cyclone and my car got washed away trying to outrun a river bursting its bank bridges, wiped out half of Hawke's Bay is underwater. Dang. Yikes. Yeah, you can't outrun rivers bursting. Flash floods, burst dams, overflowing rivers. Those are hard to get away from. I live in a desert. Flash floods happen I don't live in a desert now. I grew up in a desert. Flash floods happen and you're pretty much screwed. I hope you weren't in the car. Dang. Best wishes to you and everyone else in the area. My dog is licking the floor. That's how smart my dogs are. The Green Bay man was Packard. Says Michelle Cavarnos. There you go. See what you did there. Nice. She just happens to be a psychopath. Just happens to be. Yeah. Well, the next stage. There's been a couple of more developments since that story. The first one is, let's embiggen this one. See, she looks so lovely there, doesn't she? Not really, but whatever. I'm trying to be positive. Just Cause's favorite Shabusiness line, I can fix her. Yeah. Oh, it's late, but good to see you, Vices. Hope you're feeling better. I am feeling perfect. I'm feeling salty. I'm feeling copper and nickel salty, if you will. My dog is pestering me with his shaggy monkey. Not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. Sorry about that. Let's go. Green Bay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm 12 years old up here. In the wake of it. Oh, God. I didn't say it, Joe Choi. What do you... I didn't... Don't be saying rude. You were the one that said it. All right. In the wake of another search warrant executed this week, the attorney for TAYLOR SCHABUSINESS asked for the March 6th trial to be postponed. Oh, God. Yeah, so he's asked it to be postponed. Oh, don't make me laugh. Seriously. Okay, I got to take another pause here. Don't make me laugh because, like I said, I spent 24 hours puking my guts out. And it feels like I got this amazing upper body workout. It's like my abs, my neck, and my shoulders, and the upper part of my back. The muscles are just killing me because they're just so sore from going all the time. So just even like laughing like that, even chuckling just hurts. All right. He's asked for the trial to be postponed. Shabusiness 25 is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, mutilating a corpse, and third-degree SA. In that order, I might add. That's an accurate order. That's the order that events occurred. The homicide, the mutilation, and then the SA. For allegedly attacking Shad Therian on February 23rd. She's pleaded not guilty, and then it was changed to not guilty by reason of, that's what it is, mental disease or defect. They don't call it not guilty by reason of insanity in Wisconsin. They call it not guilty by reason of mental disease or defect. The March 6th trial date has been in jeopardy because the court is still reviewing whether Shabusiness is competent to stand trial. A February 14th hearing is scheduled for that aspect of the case. Again, that's going to be in about 45 minutes from now. So we should know later this week or early next week. I'll have an update. In a motion filed Wednesday, defense attorney, and we're going to get to this here. Just here, hang on. Defense attorney revealed prosecutors were granted a search warrant Monday for a cell phone, which was located in the defendant's bedroom, looking for evidence related to the murder. However, since she has not seen the results of the search, Since he has not seen the results of the search and may need to hire an expert to review the results, Jolly asked for the case to be postponed. Jolly also cited extensive amount of discovery to review in the case. So he's saying, okay, we'll get there. With 34 potential state witnesses, and he needs more time to consult with experts for the medical examiner's report. Okay, so he's saying, number one, you executed a search warrant on the cell phone. We don't have the results of that, so we need this hearing postponed. Also, you've got a bunch of witnesses, and we need more time to figure out what we're going to do with them and to consult experts. Those are reasons he's giving for why this needs to be postponed. An adjournment of the trial is necessary to complete the discovery process and adequately prepare for trial, Jolly wrote. The defendant believes an adjournment is necessary in the interest of fairness and justice. Prosecutors have not replied to the motion. A hearing has been set for Friday. And Jolly also filed a separate motion addressing nearly a dozen evidentiary issues. All right, and these are the things we're gonna look at here. Let me open that up, boom, so we can look at that in a bit. This is the house where it all went down. According to the criminal complaint, police were called to a resident at Stony Brook Lane in the morning of February 23rd. The police found a severed head inside a bucket in the basement. She said the victims were using drugs, including meth, and engaged in sexual play. When the man was strangled, she then, I like how they're getting the order correct. He was strangled, and then she SA'd him, dismembered the body, and placed body parts in various locations in the home and a vehicle. And what she told the police was, and I quote, "Good luck finding all the pieces." That's what she told the cops. In various locations in the home and a vehicle, the criminal complaint states. SHABUSINESS made the comment at one point she did get paranoid and lazy, and that she thought it was the dope that was making her paranoid, the complaint states. And there was also, again, spoiler alert. We've read it once already. It's not really a spoiler alert. And we're going to read it again in a couple of weeks. But at one point, she did say, "Oh, damn, the head. Why didn't I think about the head? Or why didn't I remember the head?" Yeah, she was kind of mad at herself for leaving the bucket at the bottom of the stairs. Police say they took SHABUSINESS into custody later on February 23rd at an Eastman Avenue residence. Now, see, this is the thing. She has a prior criminal history involving an assault, I believe it was, on, they just said a law enforcement, which could be a judge, a police officer, court officer, something like that. She assaulted someone. So she removed an electronic monitoring bracelet hours before the murder, according to the sheriff's department. A warrant was issued for her arrest, but she was not located before allegedly killing Therian. Yeah, she was in his basement. They didn't know she was in his basement. So, doom. She's being held on a $2 million cash bond. Well, let's look at these motions. The first thing he says is the first motion. I have to change the screen here so we can read this. Turn the darkness off. Boop. All right. All right, dogs. Hey, let me yell at my dogs here for a second. They're snorting too loud while they lick each other's ears. Hi, I'm back. All right. Let's look at these. They're both pretty short motions. So we can go through and look at the motions here and read them in their entirety. And I mean, I don't want to say that it's kind of rough to be the defense in this case, but it's kind of rough to be the defense in this case. If they had a really, really good position, the motions would pretty much be longer than this. I mean, it's fair to say. They're just kind of going, this is the best we got, I believe. So this is the motion to adjourn the trial. Let me check things here. All right, we're good. We're caught up. Stop it, dummies. Yeah, Jack Matt says ear infection when they do that. I know that. That's why I'm trying to get him to stop. I've spent about $500 in the last 6 months trying to get them over their stupid ear infections. Idiot dogs. But see, now I guess they like the ear medicine. So when I put the ear medicine in, then they lick each other's ears more. Dummies. My dogs are stupid, but I love them. They're mostly harmless. All right, let's embiggen this so we can all read it together. Let's see if we can make it even larger. All right, it's looking rough. Weird. If I make it bigger, it makes it smaller. All right, this is as good as we're going to get. Attorney Quinn T. Jolly, again, that's her public defender. Yeah, Michelle Cavarno says, some like getting their ears licked. Well, they like it, but I don't like paying for the infections. This matter is scheduled to proceed to jury trial. Again, this is the motion to adjourn the trial. On January 30th, 2023. On January 30th, 2023, the state was granted a search warrant for a blue-colored Motorola cell phone, which was located at the defendant's Great job, lawyer. Located in the defendant's bedroom. The search warrant notes the state is looking for things used in the commission of or may constitute evidence of the crime of first-degree intentional homicide. That's shorthand for they're looking to see if she took pictures or video. Uh-huh. Yep, they're looking, but again, I don't know why they didn't do this a year ago, but whatever. So they're looking for something on her phone that may provide evidence of first-degree intentional homicide. The defendant has not received the results of the search of the Motorola phone. The defendant needs to review any evidence. Well, that's true. That's true. They do need to review evidence. They have a right to the evidence. But let's see what the judge has to say about that. It needs to review any evidence from the cell phone extraction, as well as hire a defense expert to examine the Motorola phone. That's their story, and they're sticking to it. They need more time. Moving right along here, the defendant has not completed the discovery necessary to adequately prepare a defense in this matter. This matter is unlike most cases. Well, thank God for that. I'm just glad that this case isn't exactly like every other case. This matter is unlike most cases. The state has listed 34 potential witnesses. The amount of discovery is voluminous, which is taking longer to review than your typical case. On September 1st, 2022, the defendant entered a plea of not guilty by mental disease or defect, which requires the review of all historical records pertaining to the defendant. Additionally, the defendant has the burden of proof regarding this plea. The defense needs additional time to investigate and prepare to support this plea. Under the Due Process Clause, criminal defendants must be given a meaningful opportunity to present a complete defense. The defendant was unable to discuss this matter with counsel for effectively 2 months while the defendant was on suicide watch. I guess we should say self-deletion watch. The medical examiner's report was disclosed on November 8th, 2022, 9 months after the filing of charges in this matter. Well, she was there. I think she knows what happened. The defense needs additional time to locate and consult with medical experts regarding the medical examiner's report. Dude had his arms, legs, and head and junk chopped off. I think we can pretty much establish cause of death. Defense experts are still reviewing the matter and preparing reports. Whether rooted but again, there is the Due Process Clause. Whether rooted directly in the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment or in the Compulsory Process or Confrontation Clauses of the 6th Amendment, the Constitution guarantees criminal defendants a meaningful opportunity to present a complete defense. True. But whether he's had that amount of time or not is up to the judge. An adjournment of the trial is necessary to complete the discovery process and adequately prepare for trial. The matter has never been adjourned before. The defendant believes an adjournment is necessary in the interest of fairness and justice. The defendant believes an adjournment will not prejudice the state. Dated this first day of February 2023, Quinn T. Jolly, attorney for defendant. That is the adjournment motion. And he also filed a motion in limine. And that is a motion to limit evidence that can be entered into evidence at trial. Strawberry, I'm going to enter you into evidence if you lick Yoda's ear again, okay? All right? Can we not do that? Thank you. All right, let's look at the defendant's motion in limine to see what it is they're trying to keep out of court. This is what they're trying to keep out of court. If you ever get English bulldogs, don't. They're snorty, they're gassy, they're snory. Nah, just kidding, guys. You guys are the cutest. All right, they just wanted to be part of the show today, so that's what you get. All right, boom, there we go. That's about as big as we're going to get. Comes now the defendant appearing by her attorney, Quinn T. Jolly, moves that the court enter the following orders. There's some formalistic language for you in the case of State of Wisconsin versus Taylor D. Schabusines. Flux says, save Strawberry. Yeah, well, Strawberry's fine. Save me from the dogs. And Paul Farrell, member for 4 months of the Clean and Sober crew, says, glad to see you seem to be doing much better. I am. Thank you very much. All right, exclusion of prior acts. They want to keep her prior acts out, her prior bad acts. That the prosecution be prohibited from introducing any evidence as to the alleged acts of criminal or other misconduct by the defendant, either prior to or following the date of the alleged offense charged in the complaint. So prior bad acts and anything she's done wrong between the time she killed the guy and the time the allegedly killed the guy and the trial date. So they want all of these things. And again, we said she does have prior charges. I can't remember exactly what they were, but I believe they involved perhaps drugs and something involving getting into it with a law enforcement officer or court officer, something like that. If the prosecution intends to introduce such evidence, defendant requests that it be prohibited from doing so for the following reasons. Such evidence is not relevant to the issues in this case and must be excluded pursuant to the section 904.04 of Wisconsin statutes. If such evidence is deemed relevant, so first it's not relevant, but if you think it's relevant, if the judge decides it is relevant, well, then the probative value, the informative value is substantially outweighed by the danger of unfair prejudice, confusion of the issues, and the possibility of misleading the jury. It must be excluded pursuant to section 904.03 Wisconsin statutes. The prosecution has failed to provide the defendant with notice prior to trial as dates of the alleged act of misconduct and the names and addresses of witnesses, depriving the defendant of the opportunity of preparing a defense. That's the catch-all phrase. You have to prohibit it from being entered because they didn't tell us about it. All right. So the exclusion of prior convictions. And again, prior acts and the alleged acts of criminal or other misconduct. So you can't bring in alleged past crimes, which is what the ankle monitor is for. Obviously, there's some unadjudicated things that she is out that she only alleged to have done, but also her prior convictions. That the prosecution be prohibited from any mention or use by direct examination of prosecution witnesses or by cross-examination of any defense witnesses of the defendant's prior juvenile and or criminal convictions. And now they want to exclude physical evidence. That the prosecution be prohibited from mention or use of physical evidence not previously disclosed to defense counsel. So basically saying by the time we filed this on 1 February 2023, anything we haven't seen yet shouldn't be allowed in. To me, that seems to suggest that whatever might be on that phone, they don't want it in. We haven't seen what's on the phone yet, so we don't want to let that in. And that kind of suggests to me there might actually be something on that phone. Notes on a phone. Member for 3 months of the Clean and Sober crew says, surely you could have done with that bucket over the last couple of days and stop calling me Shirley. Yeah. Thanks. Undisclosed statements. That the prosecution be prohibited from use or reference to any recorded statements made by the defendant or any witness the prosecution intends to call that inculpates the defendant and has not been previously disclosed to the defense counsel. Ooh, do you think she didn't record it, did she? Using any reference to any recorded statements made by the defendant? Ooh. I hope there's nothing like that to exclude. Undisclosed record. That the prosecution be prohibited from calling as a witness any person who the prosecution knows or should know through the exercise of due diligence to have a criminal record without first disclosing that record to defense counsel before trial. So basically, if they want to call anybody as a witness that has a criminal record, they have to tell the defense first what that person's criminal record is, and it has to be done before trial. That's what they're asking for. And a sequestration of witnesses. This is just basic. And I know some of you are also following the Murdaugh trial that's going on, and you're wondering why all of the witnesses are sitting in the courtroom listening to everybody else's testimony. Most of you have never seen that before. I have never seen that before. So why are the people in the Murdaugh trial, why are the witnesses for both sides allowed to sit in the courtroom and hear all of the testimony? The very simple answer to that question is neither the prosecution or the defense had this clause, this number 6, in anything they submitted to the court. And this is the sequestration of witnesses request. I don't know why they didn't do that in the Murdaugh trial. I have no idea why. I've never seen that before. But this is what triggers that. Sequestration of witnesses. They request that all witnesses for the prosecution and for the defense be excluded from the courtroom, including voir dire, however the hell you want to pronounce that, through jury selection. Let's just say jury selection. Be excluded from the courtroom, including jury selection, and that all witnesses be admonished not to discuss their proposed testimony with any other witnesses during the pendency of this trial, and that no non-party witness, including police officers, be permitted to sit at counsel tables. The Murdaugh trial did not have any motion to exclude people from the courtroom. I don't know why. Again, I just don't know. So there you go. But they want to do that in this case. And every case where I've ever seen them put in a request for sequestration, one party or the other, defense or prosecution, put in a sequestration of witnesses request, in 100% of the cases I'm aware of, it's granted. So introduction of witnesses. That no distinction be drawn during the voir dire. That's how we say it in Utah. And it pisses everybody off. It's voir dire in most of the country, but we call it voir dire in Utah because that's how we talk. So I'm just going to call it voir dire and piss everybody off. That no distinction be drawn during voir dire between possible prosecution witnesses and defense witnesses. And that the court introduce all witnesses as possible witnesses and not as prosecution or defense witnesses. Not an unreasonable request. You know, so when they're saying, okay, the prosecution is going to call this witness, and this witness, and the defense is going to call a witness like this, they'd say, let's not do that. Let's just say there's possible witnesses that might be police officers. There's possible witnesses that might be this type of a person, whatever. Just don't say prosecution or defense witnesses. Photos. For an order prohibiting the state from offering into evidence any photos and or autopsy photos during trial. These photographs depict the deceased, including grotesque and graphic photographs of body organs, open wounds, areas of the body where skin was removed. In most of the images depicting the deceased body, he is naked. Okay. These images lack sufficient evidentiary value as the defense is not challenging the cause of death of the decedent. Allowing these images in a trial will only stir emotional response against the defendant and lacks little, if any, probative value towards any disputed issue. All right. Well, that's an important thing there. They're not disputing the cause of death. They're not disputing that the dude was choked to death and then dismembered. So their argument is we don't need to show the autopsy photos because we know how he died and we're not going to argue it. I'm fairly sure they're going to get into some limit, at least a limited extent. Because they'll have to prove, as ridiculous as it sounds, they're going to have to prove that the guy with no arms, no legs, no head, and no junk died. Use of prejudicial words. This is an interesting one. It's common. That the state be prohibited from using the word victim throughout the trial. The word victim suggests the allegation has been proved. At this point, the dude with no head, no arms, no legs, and no junk is an alleged victim. He could have done it to himself. So they're saying that don't use the word victim. It is the role of the jury to determine guilt versus innocence. Use of prejudicial words strip the defendant of the presumption of innocence. Pursuant to prosecutor divulging jury testimony, State v. Copeland, an order prohibiting the state from sharing testimony of a witness with a non-party witness who has not yet testified. So they're saying the prosecution can't go, hey, potential witness, this other witness, he just testified to this. What do you think? What do you say? What are you going to say? Compared to, they're saying, please don't let them do that. And the end. I kind of like this one. Use of demeaning words. That the state be prohibited from using demeaning words when referencing or when referring to the defendant. Demeaning words such as murderer, destroyer, executioner, slayer, or slaughterer suggests the allegation has been proved. True? But yeah, I guess it would probably... I doubt the judge is going to let the prosecution talk about the slaughterer on defense. You know, that's going to get that's going to get excluded. Use of demeaning words infringed on the defendant's presumption of innocence. Again, dated February 1st, 2023. Quentin T. Jolly, attorney for defendant. Those are the two motions that were filed 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago today. So as we continue our very happy Thanksgiving Day story, just want to remind all of you that there are 77... Let's try that again. Yoda, is the floor delicious? Oh, you can't see Yoda. Yoda's just here licking the floor. All right. Dumb dog. All right. It's a happy Thanksgiving story. There we got one super chat to burn through here real quick. Hang on tight, everybody. Xcomer Triple Z says voir dire. That's how you pronounce it in Utah, okay? That's how you pronounce it in Utah. Get off my back. Raven Hood says, dang it, back to the chick who dismembered and kept his junk. She didn't keep his junk. She left it in the bucket with his other head. As someone said earlier, one bucket, two heads. Floor is tasty. Man, probably is. It's probably has a nice coating of dried alcohol at this point. All right. So, Nancy Joe. Oh, dang it. Mizicek, I believe. Is that right? Dang it. You told me how to pronounce that one. What? Mizicek, I believe you said. Is that right? Please let me know if I pronounced it right. Or do I need to be reminded again? Glad you're feeling better. Yes. Yes, I am feeling better. I feel great. Thank you so much. The Utahns in chat love your Utah accent. Yeah, that's the good thing. When I go back to Utah, it takes me about 3 seconds to revert back to my native tongue. Doral Ong says, happy Valentine's Day, Vices. Well, happy Valentine's Day to you too. Welcome to our lovely story, our Valentine's Day story of someone who loved someone else to death. Misha Zek, dang it, that's right. I was close. I remember that now. Misha Zek, dang it. See, you just need to chat more often so you're here. So it keeps it in my head. All right. Now, I'm still looking pasty. Now that's because when I was reading the motions, I turned off my dark monitor because I have a giant 50-inch monitor here in front of me, and so it reflects the white light really, really well. So let me get back to the darkness. There we go. I've returned to the darkness. So what happened after they filed these two motions? Jeff should start a dating service for murderers. All right. Why not? Whew. Okay, this is a good question. Michelle Cavarno says, if no doctor says she's cray-cray, how can she plead insanity? How do you even defend this? Well, see, that's a different story. The question that they're asking now, the question that he's asking now, that she's being evaluated for now, is she crazy to the point that she should not go on trial? And I don't know what the specifics are in Wisconsin, but generally the requirement is you need to be able, you have to have the mental capacity to contribute meaningfully to your own defense. You have to understand the charges against you and contribute meaningfully to your own defense. That's generally the standard. So what they're saying is, forget about whether she was crazy or not at the time that all of this happened. What is her situation now? Does she understand why she's going to trial in 3 weeks? Can she help me as her defense lawyer prepare her defense? That's what they're discussing, and that's what apparently they're going to decide about 20 minutes from now. And unfortunately, that's not going to, I don't think it's going to be televised. The last few hearings haven't been. I think the last one that they actually streamed was in August. The trial is going to be streamed. Court TV has already said it's going to be streamed. But these pre-trial motions and things and hearings haven't been. Just the first one, I believe. So anyway, what I was saying, that's what they're going to be evaluating today. Her second or third one for that. They're going to be going over that today to decide whether she is able to stand trial on March 6th. If she's found to be not crazy and able to contribute to her defense, then she will go on trial on March 6th. And there, the defense has to prove that she was mentally incompetent. She had a mental disease or a defect that at the time of the murderer, that again, every jurisdiction is different, but ordinarily it has something to do with not being able to understand that what she did at the time was actually a crime. Not being aware she did it, or not being aware that it was a crime when she did it. Now, I think there's very, very serious problems with both of those deals, because one, she was aware she did it because she said she blacked out and then she woke up and she didn't stop. She just kept doing it. She said things like, oh, she told the police, do you know what it's like to love something so much you want to kill it? Yeah, she actually said that to the police. And she admitted to doing it. So she's going to have a problem proving that she wasn't aware of what happened. And whether she knew it was wrong or not, I think trying to dispose of the body by chopping it up into little pieces and hiding it is kind of indicative of you realize you may have done something wrong and need to cover it up. So I think she's got some problems with those two particular things. But again, that's probably why it's only a 5-day trial. It's scheduled for 5 days. You get like one day, maybe half a day for jury selection, half a day for opening arguments, 2 days for the prosecution, 1 day for the defense, and 1 day for deliberations, and you're done. So yeah, it's not going to be a lengthy trial, but it's going to be pretty damn cool, I think. So that's the long answer to your short question, Michelle. So let's find out here what happened since that time. Jason J, can I send you the update from Fox 11 WLUK in Green Bay when they show the update on the news tonight here in northeastern Wisconsin? Sure, please do. The Legal Vices on Twitter. That's me. When is the suitcase lady up? Sarah Boone's trial right now is scheduled April 6th, I believe. It's sometime in April it's scheduled. But again, that could be delayed again. Who knows? But right now it's scheduled for April. Right. So, notes on a plane. Going for insane at point of murder, sane at point of destruction of the body. That's some tactic defense. Now that the whole thing would have to fall under the whole umbrella. The killing and the dismembering, it's going to have to fall under that whole umbrella. But, all right. Okay. Ravenhood, that's an interesting comment there. All right. So again, what happened since that point? And hey, you know what? This is we've actually gained 1 subscriber since we started. Ordinarily, I think the limit, I think that like the minimum we've ever lost for a business stream was 13 subscribers. It's usually more than that. People, what's he talking about? And they leave. So kudos to all of you that are sticking through here. And this amongst the 724 of you that are here watching us now, if any of you have not subscribed, please do me a favor and get down there and subscribe. That'd be awesome. This is what we do. We have fun talking about serious things. We provide commentary on social issues and legal matters. And even in horrific, some of these things are so horrific. You just have to have as much fun as possible with them. And some of them you can't even have fun. Like there's another trial coming up later, a couple felonies by this guy's name, Brian Yoon, I believe his name is. I think it's Bradley Yoon in Illinois. It's horrific and it's disgusting, and it's probably not going to even have anything that can really be made fun of there. But please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and keep coming back for more. Rosamond Ranch. Every time we talk about this case, I get deep purple smoke on the water in my head, except for junk in a bucket. Junk in a bucket. Yeah, I guess it works. Yeah, that works. All right. That's kind of sad that would be going through your head, but all right. The last, well, this is the second to last screen we have to share. Share. And this is kind of what we just, a little bit of what we read. This is the day after those motions were filed. An attorney for a woman accused of killing and dismembering Green Bay man is asking her for her trial to be pushed back. Her lawyer is actually not her. A court document filed Wednesday shows attorney Quinn T. Jolly arguing the defense for Taylor Schabusiness needs more time to review evidence. That's what we just read. And then they need to review cell phone records, evidence, the examiner's report, et cetera, et cetera. And the motion is scheduled for Friday. So this was what? February 2nd. So that Friday would have been when? That Friday would have been the 3rd. That's right. And so what happened? What did the judge have to say? Short and to the point. The judge said he will not push the trial back. He will not do it. Sam, I am. The judge won't push back trial date for woman charged in grisly Green Bay homicide. Green Bay, Wisconsin. The Green Bay woman accused of killing and decapitating Shad Therian back in February 2022 was in court on Friday for a motion hearing. 25-year-old Taylor Schabusiness was in Brown County Court, where Judge Thomas Walsh denied the request from her attorney to push back the trial further. Schabusiness will have yet another competency hearing on Friday, not Friday. What is it today? Shit, it's Tuesday. That's what happens when you literally don't move for 4 days. Schabusiness will have yet another competency hearing on February 14th, today, starting in about 14 minutes, it's scheduled for, followed by a separate hearing where officials will talk about the use of photos. I wonder if these are autopsy photos or photos that were found on the camera. We can only know later. According to the criminal complaint, the Green Bay Police Department was called to a house on Stony Brook Lane on February 23rd, 2022, where police found a severed head inside a bucket in the basement. Schabusiness reportedly admitted to doing drugs. Excuse me, geez. Let me have a drink. Went all dark side Phil there for a second. Sorry about that. The 25-year-old then allegedly strangled Therian after she, quote, went crazy. After they were engaging in SA. So she is charged with the following. First-degree intentional homicide with a repeater modifier. That does not mean she is a repeat first-degree intentional homicide committer. It means that she is a repeat offender, which stems from her previous incident involving the law enforcement officer or wherever. Eric Foam says snort. If you know, you know. Number 2, mutilating a corpse with the modifier repeater. And third-degree sexual assault with a modifier repeater, a Class G felony. The trial is set for March 6th. If convicted, she will spend the rest of her life behind bars. Local 5 News will continue to monitor this case as it progresses. Ladies and germs, that is the end of our Taylor Schabusiness update for today. All right, dog, stop playing kissy face back here. There, here we go. They're brother and sister. They shouldn't be doing that. So that's the end of the Taylor Schabusiness update today. In about 12 minutes from now, they're going to be starting up again with the hearing. So we should know soon. I'll probably give an update on maybe Friday or early next week. While I'm thinking about it here, what's going to happen after we wrap this up? We're going to go about 10 more minutes, and then we're going to dump into Nick Rekieta's Murdoch trial stream. I should be joining him. He said he was going to be sending me an invite, so hopefully he will. If he does, I'll be there. If not, I'll be watching from the gallery with all of y'all. So let me get this set up here. I need to go back into the studio, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's coming up and anything else you got on your mind. Live. Come on, hurry up. Why are we not loading? Because YouTube sucks. That's why we're not loading. All right. While I'm waiting for... Oh, there we go. As soon as I say while I'm waiting, it decides to load. We got to customize this. Use our redirect. And search for videos from other channels. Really? It seems that Nick doesn't have his stream up yet. Or does he? Huh. Nope, he doesn't have his stream set up yet. Maybe he's still asleep. Maybe he's not going to wake up. All right. Well, then I guess maybe we won't dump into Rekieta unless he hurries up and sets up his stream. Let me pull up his page here so I can see if he does it at some point in the next 10 minutes. Live. All right. His narcolepsy strikes again. Nick said he's away Tuesday and Wednesday. I thought it was Wednesday and Thursday he was away. Did he say he was away Tuesday and Wednesday? I heard Wednesday and Thursday. Does anybody know? Does anybody care? Am I wrong? So that's why I thought Joe was going to do Wednesday and Thursday. Well, maybe I was wrong. Megan Fox in the house right as we get ready to exit. Yeah, see, Joe doesn't have it live up either. So I think Nick is other people heard Wednesday and Thursday too. Yeah, he told me to tune in too. So I think he's just having a snooze, and he's entitled to do that. But well, he's got about 9 minutes to wake up and get things set up. But we can kill some time. I'm not going to stream the damn trial, that's for sure. You do it? No, hell no. I am not getting involved in that. I definitely want to be able to walk away anytime I can stall for time. Yeah, it's brief like Wednesday and Thursday, right? I can stall for time. I'll stall a little bit for time. We got something we can do. So I'll stall for time. But until I have to start stalling for time, Flux, here it's Flux's saving strawberry. Red Fox Moon says cats are better. I like cats too. Just cats can. Come on, Dargy, get over here. Why are they licking each other's heads nonstop? I hate them. All right. Well, they don't care. All right. You guys want to get an ear infection? Get an ear infection. I don't care. Pay for it out of your own allowance, okay? All right, because I ain't gonna pay for it this time. Yeah, just stream till he comes. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it, as they used to make fun of Bush for saying. All right, so we should know not too long ago. I said I'll probably update on Friday or maybe Tuesday next week. We'll do a little mini Shabusiness review if there's any major differences to report. Otherwise, we'll just figure it in somehow. About 2 weeks from now, we'll go back over the Shabusiness criminal complaint, which, as I said, it's probably the worst document I've ever read in my entire life. It is really, really horrific. But we'll see what happens when it happens. I think we're okay. We're all caught up on these super chats. We got all those out of the way. That's good. Prosecution doesn't have shit on Murdoch. I haven't seen it yet. Last of Us review coming soon. Yeah, I'm going to try to crank that out tomorrow. Again, it came out early, but I was busy. It came out like Friday because of the Super Bowl. I was going to watch it and do the review on time, but then I got sick and I just didn't have any time. Hopefully I'll get to it tomorrow. Probably more like Thursday. I'll record it and get it up, which is almost in time for the next episode. So sorry for the delay there, Marv White, but you're like one of 8 people that actually watch my review of Last of Us. Any other comments real quick here? Okay, well, what's going to happen then over the next few days? Tomorrow, we've got a little thing that I call Steve Gosney out for justice. Those of you who know who Steve Gosney is, you're going to want to tune in. And those of you that don't know who Steve Gosney is, you're going to want to tune in extra hard, because Steve Gosney is an amazing Florida appellate lawyer. He's been on this channel quite a few times. He's been doing a lot of the Murdoch trial with Rekieta. He's on other streams. He's been on Megan Fox quite a bit. He's been on Megyn Kelly's show on Fox, at least like twice, I guess, that I've seen him on there. Great lawyer. We're going to be looking at one of his cases. It's all with his blessings. He's given me all the documents. He sent me a copy of the video because I was going to do another case that he didn't want me to do. Not for any particular reason, just there was a better one he wanted me to do. So we're going to do that. So tomorrow is going to be Stephen N. Gosney out for justice. We're going to be looking at an appellate case he did. And we'll read through some of the important documentation to give you the background of the case, what the guy was convicted for. And then we're going to watch Steve Gosney in action before the appellate court. We're going to be watching him give his arguments as an appellate lawyer. And then we'll read the verdict, how that turned out. That's what we're going to do on Wednesday. Tomorrow, Thursday, is O.J. Simpson Day. And we're going to have Chandler back in here. She'll be back on here to participate if she still wants to, if she decides to come on. Chandler will be here as a regular part of the O.J. Simpson stream. I love having her around. She likes being here, so hopefully it'll work out. And then Friday, not sure what I'm going to do on Friday morning, but Friday night, U.S. time, will be Flux and I doing another Unexplained stream. And this time we're going to be talking about all the UFO business going on. Are the aliens invading us? Who are these UFOs? What are these UFOs? And why are we shooting them down? That'll be part of our Unexplained stream for Friday evening U.S. time. And then next Monday, we're going to be doing back to Maritime Monday. Sorry, I had to skip it yesterday. And that's kind of what we've got coming up for the next week or so. So hope you'll all be here. I'm going to pop on over here and see if Rekieta has done something yet. Negative. Wake up, Nick. Nick, wake up. Help me out here, bro. We can dump you into Kurt's stream. We'll hang out here a bit and see what happens. Flux says, yay. Yay, Flux. Definitely. Good logic. He's not streaming. He's going to be on Nick's probably if Nick wakes up. Megan Fox, USOs are us. Obviously, if they were aliens, they'd have killed us by now. See what that's we're going to talk about that particular theory, which, yeah. Anyway, we're shooting down more than balloons now. The last one that was shot down over where was in Montana, that was metallic. So there's a lot of things up there that we're just shooting them all down. Why suddenly are we shooting them down? We're going to talk about that. What are we shooting down? Who's shooting them down? What the hell's going on up in the sky? We're going to be giving our unexplained answers. And again, for those of you that watch the unexplained and go, "Well, man, you believe in ghosts and your ghosts, there's no scientific." We do it for fun. We give theories. We just have a great conversation. We have a great time. We're not actually out there to prove one way or the other. We're just talking about stuff and having a good time, Flux and I. I've lost track. I'm not sure if Flux is going to be on my channel or I'm going to be on Flux's channel. One of those two things is going to happen. Leanie says, hope you're feeling better. I am feeling perfect. I'm feeling, as the late, great G. Gordon Liddy said, virile, vigorous, and potent. Vicky T, the ear dog fund. The ear dog fund. I'll put it towards the dog ear fund. How's that? Thanks, Vicky. And Lainey again, I hope you're feeling good. All right. What is the dog eating to distract from the Ohio disaster? Perhaps the Ohio disaster is part of it. Bring Hannah Franz to watch UFO. We'd love to have Hannah Franz on here with us. She's just laying low these days. She's damn busy with her work. She'll make an appearance when she's able to make an appearance. No worries about that. No beef, no bad, no icky. Hannah Franz is still good peeps. What is the dog eating? A little like hard plastic bone. Come on, Nicky boy. Do refresh again. Nope. He's probably out dead asleep. Let me text him here and see. Send him a text. I believe he's streaming today because he said me and whatever the other people heard is he's not doing it Wednesday and Thursday. And Joe is going to be doing it Wednesday and Thursday. Joe's not locked and loaded. But anywho, I think he's just out sleeping here. I know what we should do. Let's while we're buying for time, let's jump into his locals and see what the oldie deal is. Locals peep know everything. The answer is fucking hell on my way. Everybody on my stream is asking, and I was looking to dump into you. To dump into you. I will stall for time. That's his answer. Fucking hell on my way. So I'll stall here for time. So he'll be there in a minute when he gets here. Well, not here. He'll be on his channel, and then we'll go there. So all of you 711 that are here, hang tight with me for a few more minutes while he gets his stuff together. Vice says, what boat are we covering on Monday? I don't know exactly. I haven't decided yet. I was just getting ready to plan for Maritime Monday when I got killed by the evil stomach flu. I'm leaning towards, that's not the one I wanted to bring up. Where is my weekly schedule? Wait a minute. No. Oh, there we are. I'm bringing up my long list of ships. I'm thinking about one of two incidents, maybe both. Both Great Lake accidents, because we've previously done the Edmund Fitzgerald. But there's also two other ships that broke up and sank on the Great Lakes that are noteworthy. I mean, there's been a bunch of ships in the triangle they've got up there. But I'm thinking about possibly covering the sinking of the Carl D. Bradley or the sinking of the Daniel J. Morrell. maybe both of those. So those are the two that I'm considering. Maybe something completely different. There's another really horrific, a really horrific case of mutiny that involves like some really, really gnarly stuff. No cannibalism, but yikes. Would you ever cover the Batavia? I've never heard of the Batavia. So if you email me something at thelegalvices@gmail.com, send me a video, send me some documents, send me something that I can use. The Eastland is on the list. The Eastland is definitely on the list. It's moving its way up the list. It's there. No Titanic. I'll never do the Titanic. The Titanic's been just damn done to death. Yeah, see, we might be doing that. Mocha Dick, says Adriana, of course. Eva Torres, Mocha Dick, let's go. That's a thing. Yeah, so that's what's going to be coming up here. And again, we're just stalling for time. The 749 of you that are currently watching, hang tight. Ricada's setting up his stream. As soon as he gets his stream set up, we'll all pour into him. Just waiting to see what's going on. Let me bring up his channel again so that I can see when he gets the live stream set up. Boom. All right, we are good. And someone keep hitting refresh on his stream and let me know. Pinochet's helicopter tours. Have you done the infamous Christmas tree ship? No. I didn't know there was an infamous Christmas tree ship. You know the deal. Email me. And Flux, Mocha Dick. If you're wondering all about this Mocha Dick thing, go back to the stream we did dealing with the ship that was the inspiration for the book Moby Dick. There's a whole explanation there. It's a long running joke. Court hasn't started yet. Yeah, well, neither is Nick. We're good. We got some time to kill here. Any interesting maritime regarding stoops in the Gulf of Mexico? Stoops? Don't know. Install the plugin, reload every. Nah. I have enough plugins, and I don't need to do that. I don't sit and reload things often enough to worry about doing that. Can you cover mysterious thing on the bottom of the Baltic Sea, mostly during the unexplained? We've done that. No, that was the one we did. Mysterious things on the bottom of the of Lake Baikal. We did that on one of the unexplained. Aliens underwater in Lake Baikal. We did that. Yes, this is the Nick Ricada waiting room. We've wrapped up my stream and we're just kind of chilling here so that we can dump all 749 of you into him in just a bit. And you ever wanted to watch a bulldog try to scratch itself? Here you go. They're not built for scratching themselves very well. They're just kind of like larvae. They just kind of bend a little bit and can't really get to where they're scratching. Have you done the Ocean Ranger? Yes, we have done the Ocean Ranger. If you want to know what we've done, go to my page, go to the playlist. There's a Maritime Monday playlist, and you can scroll through all. I think we're in like 31 or 32 now. Yep. So the Ranger has been done. Dog, says Eva Torres. He said it'll be running in about 5 minutes. So I'll bear with me here for another 5 minutes. That gives us just about enough time because we figure if he's going to be running in 5 minutes. This is 12 minutes long, so we can watch this a bit. I don't know if you've seen the body cam footage from the police arriving and then investigating. Now, this is when they were searching, when the cops are searching through Alec Murdaugh's trash the day after the murders. There's like a 12-minute video of them searching through his trash. We can watch that until he shows up. How's that sound? The judge is back. The judge is back and you're gonna be in trouble. Hey nah, the judge is back. All right, there we go. Yeah, grift my book. I have no book to grift. I can. Flux says dog ear infection fund. Yeah, I'm gonna need it again. Dang it! Friday, got to take him for a checkup, and the doctor will say, "Yep, the ear is still infected for the last year. So give me another $150, and we'll see you in a few weeks." That's kind of been the story of my life for the past 12 months. All right, this. Dang. Okay, they do have good body cams. All right. You're way more entertaining than the trial. Well, gee, that's a really low bar to set, isn't it? That's like sort of saying, yeah, you're more fun than being hit by a truck. Are you going to be covering the Leilani Simon case? Yeah, I see. That's what I'm actually thinking. I have a bunch of these open cases, and probably some point next week, I'm just going to do some updates on all of the open trials. The Leilani Simon case, I mean, it's kind of, that was just weird. They're all weird. We'll get to the weird things. On board late, what's the SHABUSINESS? Well, there's a hearing ongoing right now to see if they go ahead on March 6th or if the trial gets delayed. Duct tape their ears down. That's probably, that's like this close to doing that. Don't tempt me any more than I've already tempted myself. All right, let's watch a little bit of this video while we're killing some time here. How's that sound? But in the meantime, let's close out our poll. There's no reason to keep this poll going. 773 of you concurrent viewers. And again, for those of you that just joined us in the last few minutes, we're waiting for Nick. Nick Ricade is gonna be having his stream set up here. He said in about 5 minutes, at which point we will just all filter into him and watch the Murdoch trial. Because I know that's what we all want to do more than we want oxygen itself. But hey, as long as you're here, pop on over and hit that subscribe button, and also feel free to hit the like button. We did our little like and subscribe poll here, so this is your last chance to take the poll before we shut it down. 50 of you have cheated. There's 50 more votes than actual likes on the like poll, so whatever. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, take the poll. You've got about 30 seconds. The end of the poll today, I hit the like and subscribe buttons. In 4th place, because she clearly likes members. Yep. 2 members, 2 heads, 1 box. 2 heads, 1 bucket, I believe is what we're going to call the SHABUSINESS trial. In 3rd place with 18% of the vote, I hit the like and subscribe button. You should just be ashamed of yourself, Vices. Coming in 2nd place with 31% of the vote, I hit the like and subscribe buttons to get down with SHABUSINESS. And bonus for recognizing song lyrics to those of you that did. And I hit the like and subscribe button to find out what's in the box. That is the end of the like and subscribe poll for today. Thank you very much for your participation. That doesn't mean you can't still hit the like button. All right, that's the last time I'm going to grift the like button until we sign off. Notes on a phone, member for 3 months of the Clean and Sober crew. Surely you could have done, oh, dang, that was like a chat from a billion years ago. I guess I don't have to read that one, do I? It was Cricket Crafts and Crime. Dang it, I always call her Circuit Crafts and Crime because she spells cricket with a C. Cricket Crafts and Crime, member for 1 month of the Clean and Sober crew. One of these days, I'll wrangle an invite to one of your streams. Love you, Jeff. One of these days, you shall. Oh, Valhalla Wait says he's got his stream scheduled. All right, let me refresh. Boom. All right, you think he does. I don't have it on my stream yet. But let me go to my stream customizations. Add. Boom. Radix, Law Talk with Mike, Cool Frog, Madcore, Jessica Reloaded. Oh, and by the way, about 12 hours from now, I'll be on Jessica Reloaded stream, doing a Valentine's Day stream with her, reacting to Reddit stories, the Am I the Asshole stories. Gee, I'm not seeing it anywhere. Not seeing it anywhere, Valhalla. If you see he has a live stream coming up, I'm not seeing it. So I'm not seeing it scheduled yet. I don't believe you anymore. Yeah, you say he's got a stream scheduled. It's not coming up for me. Reality of a Second Life. Nope. Nick is in the process of setting up his stream. As soon as he gets it up and running. Okay. Well, there it is, apparently. Let me go over here. Weird, it's not coming up for me. Huh? Right. Let me copy link address. And then I will go over here. Oops, something went wrong. That is not a valid link, apparently. Yep. That's a oops, something went wrong, Valhalla. You failed in your mission. You shall be punished. Yeah, try that again, Valhalla. The link is not going through. He's coming on. Works fine for you. Well, screw that crap. All right, hang on. Let me do it the old-fashioned way. I'm still getting nothing for him here. Weird. Let me go back here. Recata law. There we go. Is that it? What happened? What the shit? Come on. Gay. This is dumb. Well, for whatever reason, it's not showing up. I don't even see his live stream. No, it's not a boomer thing. It's just not showing up. It just ain't there for me. Let me look at it on Edge and see if it comes up. Well, see, it comes up there. God dang it. All right. Stupid thing. It comes up there. It's not coming up on Chrome. So screw you, Chrome. You suck. All right. Let me bump on over here. And I will do it in Chrome because Chrome, not do it in Chrome. I'll do it in Edge because Edge is way cooler than Chrome. Chrome sucks. All right. Give me 1 minute and we will just all feed on over there. All right. Customization. Add redirect. There we are. Save. And everybody, thank you so much for being here. Mods, thank you for everything you've done today. Chat, thank you for being chat. You guys rock. Thank you for hitting the like and subscribe button. We'll see you all tomorrow. Do not miss tomorrow when we do Gosney, Stephen Gosney out for justice. Hopefully we'll all get sent directly over to Nick. If so, good luck with that. If it doesn't work, there's going to be a little thing at the top of chat saying, hey, click on over on Nick Recata to see something cool. And if that doesn't work, just go find it on your own. Everything is set up to go. We'll see you later. Enjoy your legal vices. We're out in 3, 2, 1. Bye.